Of Are you saying of Santos? Well, you don't have to talk about it on here, but you can always message me. Oh,
Hey, I just wanted to say something real quick. So, I don't know if you guys are like talking about like a wish list or something.
yeah.
That girl's like super loaded. Like, kickoff alone, she's making 60 grand. And then her OF, I think is, I forgot what Jordan was showing me. I think it's like 40 something, 40
Mm-hmm.
grand just alone on her OF. So, and then when she was in the Milf house, I think her net earning was like 200K a month. It might have dropped a little bit, but yeah, she's making stupid amount of money. Like,
Yeah.
no, 60K a month
Yeah, a month.
from Kick.
Which
Sorry.
is yeah, and again, to put up a wish list to furnish your apartment, it'd be one thing. Again, the only time 2K did it was when it was for Baby W's birthday, and people, again, like me, were asking, do you have a P.O. box? I sent a message, hey, do you have a P.O. box? I want to send Baby W something. Right. So, and then I'm sure enough people had done it because that's why he opened the thing. And then people would send him things. But she doesn't ask for anything for Baby W. She's asking for stuff to furnish her entire apartment. Now I haven't seen it. I'm going up based off of what I've heard, but she has the money to make it. But she'd rather just not spend her money. I guess I don't know. I wouldn't send her shit. Thank you for your daily heart me.
Yeah, she probably wants to buy like Birkins and stuff.
I don't know. She's a mess. I'm glad you got out of that situation. A $1,200 couch. Face cream was $1,000. She needs more than that to fix her. Never mind. Never mind. Let me be nice.
Yeah. Um, and I'm not jealous of, whoa, she doesn't have a real provider as a man. First of all, she's the sugar mama in the relationship. And so everything when you see like, oh, so and so bought me this, it's usually her card. It's just for like clickbait or like views. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I think that was really I think that became really obvious when in the beginning when she was saying how she didn't have to pay for everything, but they were constantly Itai and Jordan were constantly using her card.
Yeah, she was lying about the whole like I would see it with my own eyes. She would be buying like 8, 9 people, like the whole entire house was getting fed on her card. She was
Wow.
buying food for like 9 or 10 people, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Which is crazy, but she can't do anything to provide for her child.
Yeah, I would see it, and that's why I was like so shocked that I was actually helping her with Windsor, and she like would talk about my appearance, how I looked, or like how much clout I had or didn't have. And I'm
Mhm.
like, you're literally feeding people who are sleeping with your man in your own bed.
Right.
And I'm not even asking you for food or nothing. Like,
Yeah, yeah, Shelby, you can go up. And so it's funny because I talked about that just the other day. I was like, listen, when my kids were young, I may walk out of the house and looking regular, be at home if I was back then we didn't have the internet, but if I would have came on, I would have been looking a mess. But I tell you what, you look at my kids, and my kids were head to toe put together all the time. They didn't step out of the house not put together. I may not have been at all times, but as long as my kids are, if they have everything they need and they're providing for them, they're provided for and they have everything and they're well taken care of, that's all that matters. And that's what it is about being a mom. But you would see her spend hours getting herself together and then maybe that would just be there.
yeah. And then another thing is, I saw a clip how like she literally was saying a play by play of what Vala and Jordan were gonna do,
Mm-hmm.
but it sounded like she was talking about herself, because she was like Vala and Jordan are not going to be online because they're going to act like they got evicted so that they can move into another Airbnb and act like a family and do family content.
Yeah,
But
I did just hear
that's
that.
exactly, I don't know if all of you guys seen that clip. It's like it sounded like she was like saying what she's currently doing.
Right. I did think that was really funny because then today she popped up at a new house and yeah, that was just
And
crazy.
then Santos, like, subconsciously, like, he don't be paying attention. He just be talking. He was like, "Oh, she just told you the whole script."
I know
Like,
he did. He's he's so dim-witted. Like he just doesn't get it.
And she made a
Just,
face like, because then she realized that she literally told her entire chat her own script.
yeah, that's why I say she may be able to follow along for a little bit, but someone is always going to out it. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
People around her are going to out whatever it is that she thinks she's doing or saying. So I don't know. The whole thing is crazy.
And also, this is the first time in her life, like, okay, so when did she go on Kick? Like maybe like a few months ago, like a couple months ago,
Yeah, it was like right before she napped baby W.
which was when, what month? Do you remember? Like
What is it?
April?
So what, February, March?
Oh yeah,
Harmony will probably
February,
have the
March. Okay.
exact date.
So this year is the first time in her entire life she didn't need to, I can't say it, but you guys know in the chat. It's like meow, like
Oh, yeah.
for money.
Hmm.
That's the first time in her entire life she's ever received income without doing that. Without, you know? So
Okay,
you just
can I ask you a question though? Um, you don't have to tell if you don't want to. But since she's but no, I think I just answered my question because you said the money she's making now is
kick.
from Kik and whatnot. Because I was gonna say, why did her car get repoed and why did she get kicked out of her apartment?
She didn't get kicked out of her apartment. So she literally had a bunch. Okay, I went to the other apartment with Travis. So,
Hmm.
because like Winter needed a high chair. So we went there because I wanted air and food. So we stopped by there. She literally, when as soon as she got her bag, like Mark started making money on fans,
Hmm.
which was a hefty check, she just immediately got an apartment because Etai and Jordan helped her get an apartment because she didn't have like the right paperwork for it. So she couldn't get a lease or nothing.
Okay.
So they helped her get the apartment. She got it. She learned a few tricks from them, which was able to, I'm pretty sure that's why she got her apartment now.
Oh.
And she had a bunch of stuff. She didn't even have her things laid out. Like she had everything in boxes and piles. Like nothing was furnished. Like she just got that apartment maybe like that month.
Yeah, that's what
Never,
I was shocked about. I was like, how did this happen? Like it
she
was the same
never
month.
even slept in that apartment.
Yeah.
So she was sleeping at the Milf house. And people are saying that she was anticipating leaving. No, she was not anticipating leaving because she would have left all her belongings.
Right.
She didn't prepare for nothing. So she moved everything out of that apartment in that one bedroom, right?
Hmm.
Then when I exposed what Etab was doing with Nini in her bed, because the only reason why I exposed it, to be honest, it was because I felt so disrespected that people were talking badly about me on stream.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait a minute. So then I just started exposing everything. Because
Are
like
you
I
talking about
kept,
the people in the house that were talking bad about you, or just people?
no, her,
Oh, her. Okay, because I was gonna say because
personally.
we talked about it too, but it was more of a concern. It was more of a cry for help of Stella. You need to get out of there. That is not.
No, I was mad that she was talking about my looks.
Oh,
Because I never
gotcha.
once talked about her looks. So
Yeah.
she was like talking about my looks and like how much clout I have. And first of all, I had way more clout than any of the other people that were keeping around in that house.
Yeah.
But
I know
so
none of
like
them.
yeah, so that well, I was bothered about that. And then that's why I was like, okay, well, this and this and this and this and this happened. And then that's when she felt uncomfortable. And she does like, and she's like a, she's like a lower streamer than like Wendy and all these other people.
Yeah.
But like, she is like, it's like she never wants to, like, I guess, address anything that I said, pretty much.
I actually said that a while ago in one of my streams back when I think you were in the house. Because again, I don't really follow you guys a whole bunch, um, but I knew who you were because I was asked to do a video on you last year sometime. And the one thing that I noticed, and I said this, I said Stella, she's not going to last long with Stella in the house because Stella is the only one that is like standing up to her or speaking the truth to her. She's around a bunch of yes people. They'll be like, okay, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. Where you weren't always like that. There was times that you were like that, but there's also times that you would speak facts to her, and
Mhm.
she doesn't like that. She doesn't want us. That's why she hates me because I'm 100% honest. I'm always going to tell her exactly how it is. And she's like that.
Mhm.
So I don't know.
I'm also like older than her, so it's like, oh, how old is she? Like 22?
No, she's,
Something?
I think 25, 26.
No way.
Yeah.
She's not that old.
Yeah.
Er.
She was born, I think she's going to be 26. She was born in 2000 or 99, something like that.
Oh my
Because
God.
her ID was released.
So she's been giving cat away from, that's a long time doing that.
When she was 19,
No,
18,
since she was
oh,
17.
17? Ay, Dios.
Since she
Yeah.
was a, and also it's like, someone who's doing that is like, where's your parents? You know what I mean? Like meeting her grandma for the first time on stream. That's
Well, I heard that her mom did the same thing.
no way.
That's what I heard because I remember when she did the thing and she was like, "How am I supposed to know? You guys, I had no idea that I actually had to work or whatever. I just thought you just have to be pretty and a man paid for it." And I'm like, "What the hell? Who thinks like that?" Then I found out later, and then her mom kind of somewhat admitted it on the stream recently
She
that
can,
her mom did the same thing. Like they just never paid for
it's
anything.
one thing like having that mentality, but like get wifed up from one guy, you know?
Yeah.
Like one wealthy man get wifed up. But if you see the guys that are on that Euros
Just come to
website,
that place. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, mom.
the guys that go to that Euro website, they might have money, but they're like literally like gross. Like they are gross men, you know?
Yeah, that whole thing over there is crazy to me. I don't know. I've said absolutely forever, and I will continue to say. I hope she gets her. Okay, well here you go. I'll help you. Um, that I hope she gets her life together and gets it turned around, and can be Shelby and can be a mother to baby W because I'm always um, pro co-parenting, and if both adults can be positive role models in their children's life, then that's what I want. But until then, it has to stay the way that it is.
She needs to emotionally heal from the years of self-inflicted abuse that she's put on her body for a living.
Well, yeah, she needs to go to she does
Like
need to
lots of therapy. Because
go.
can you imagine like 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 20? That's oh my gosh. That's 8 years of tricking.
Yeah, it's she needs. I mean, I think therapy for everybody is good. But yeah, she definitely needs to get some. You know.
At least, well, she should, and honestly, she should thank Jordan and Itai that like that, Itai was like a nerd and he was like so smart with like reaching out to like all these like the kick partners and because she like owes the reason why she's like doesn't need to lay on her back anymore to Itai. Itai really like helped her. Like so whether or not that relationship was real to her, it was very real to Itai. It might have not been real to her, but it was real to him. And he did help her.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't go into all of any or all of that at all. Like I stay on my page. I try to stay focused on the custody and what I do over here is I focus on people put out their real life situations out onto the internet, right?
Yeah.
And other people may be going through a very similar situation but don't have anyone to ask questions. So I break it down. I go through the court papers and I break it down, and then people can ask me questions and I help them through that. All that other stuff I really don't care about. I really don't even talk about Brie too much. More we're going more into like true crime stuff and whatnot. But
Okay. Well,
that's
I'm
kind of
gonna
what I
drop
look.
down. I just want to
Okay.
tell my piece that Etai is the reason why I earn money on Kick when I go live, and I might not have that many views, but you get paid per views. So like Etai for sure is the reason why she's getting paid for views because he set the whole thing up for me and got me a partnership deal. So
Well,
like
that's good. Wait, is he
yeah,
really in? Is he really in Thailand?
I have no idea.
Me neither. I started asking.
All right, bye, Angie.
All right, bye, Stella. Hi, Shelby.
Angie,
Yes, love bug.
sometimes I love that you are so nice, but there are times
Mm-hmm.
where I think that nice quality about you. What the hell was that? I gotta behave. I'm on an account ban
No, are
on
you?
this account. Yeah, that's why I've been using my backup. But
Oh
just
my god.
really quickly though, I do understand that you and I are so different in that aspect where I couldn't have done that. And Stella, this isn't me like going after you, and I was gonna say something while she was up here, but then I was just allowing y'all to finish y'all's conversation. Um, Angie and I agree on most things. We do differ on some a little, hardly ever, but our delivery is just a lot different as to where I wouldn't allow her to sit up here and lie like that because everything she just said was a lie. Everything that she does say is a lie. And Stella, yes, I do be following you around with you and little checkerboard, bounce check over there. Y'all are just peddling to every live y'all possibly can, trying to get y'all's name out there, which I think is so sweet. But I find it hard to listen to her past judgment on Brie Olson, who y'all know I can't stand. When did she become the poster child for Mother of the Year? You actively took your child to a house where they traffic kids.
Yeah, and see, those are things. Well, that I do know about. And I was very open and honest
Yeah.
about that of, having the child be at the house. Absolutely unacceptable. That's the first time I ever talked to Stella. I think that's the first time
Yeah,
Stella.
and I'm not coming at you. I hope you didn't
Oh
take
no!
that.
Oh no! I know
Okay.
for sure. I think it's the first time she's ever even been in my chat. But I do also like to, if someone is going to open up and have a conversation with me, then I would like to be able to have that. And again, she's not somebody that I follow or know much of her story about.
Mhm.
So I don't know what she's saying or not saying is true or false. I had certain questions, but again, when we start going way off and it's going away from the stuff that to me is important, right? People
Thank you,
come
guys.
on and want to ask questions, or I can answer questions if they have similar stuff in their real life situations. That's what I want to go from. That's why I had to veer it back because we're going off on something. I don't know. I don't want to talk about
I think,
selling
and
her.
I hear you, and it's your platform, so obviously, and you know me, I respect you so much that I would never be like, Angie, you have to do this or you can't do this. It's your page. I just am different in the sense of like, yeah, I would love to have, these sit down conversations with some of these people if they were going to be honest. The problem is that they don't know how to be honest. They've created an entire life and internet persona i- around lying and making stories up and painting pictures to help benefit them and um, until I think they all seek help, and I do mean genuine help. They all need to go to rehab. They all need psychological evaluations, and I'm not saying that as mean or as a dig or as a read. I think a lot of us could use that, but until they do, right? They're the influencers, they're public figures or whatever they want to classify themselves as.
Absolutely.
I am just not in a space where I'm willing to. And I don't follow her per se, but like they do pop up on my For You page a lot, her and old bounce check over there. Um
They
and
never pop up on
and
mine.
if you've seen a live with with me and checkerboard, then I go in on him. I mean, there's every time. I've never had a live that's went well because it
Hold,
never goes well with them because they just don't tell the truth.
yeah.
Like they don't.
So sorry, Shelby. Hold on,
Go
really
ahead.
fast.
Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
Cassie, who are you referring to when you said you literally chased Fly down to get clout? Who are you talking about? Me?
Well, she ain't talking to me. I ain't never spoken to that boy in my life.
Because if you're speaking to me, then you need to get your story straight because that's not what happened absolutely at all. Oh, Stella. Okay, I was like, hold on. They came to me like I had. That was probably one of my biggest lives. It was like, oh my gosh, I'm
Yes, and
crashing out.
Stella,
Go over
like,
and help
here's the
him.
thing.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Sorry,
Okay.
I didn't mean to
Yeah,
cut
you're
you off.
good.
Stella,
Okay.
here's the thing. Like, I'm not gonna be like crazy towards you like I normally would, just because, like I said, this account's on the struggle bus, but I separate all of y'all when it comes to the way that y'all are. Like whether it's your online persona or the problematic things that y'all do. I don't allow any of y'all to group or blame one another because you're all grown adults and you all make your own decisions. And you knew who Bree was prior to going to the MILF house. You knew who she was while you set your there for however many days or a week or however long you were there with your child there. You knew who she was. You knew what was happening while grown men said disgusting things about your child on live stream. And you knew who she was when you left. And I think now that you are no longer part of that group, now it always never surprises me, but always makes me giggle when people are excommunicated from these groups. They then have a problem with the behavior.
Yeah.
They then don't like the people that those people are. They then don't agree with that behavior. And you know, I just always find that interesting. You know, Checkerboard did the same thing, right? He was there, he was living it up, he thought he was super cool, the weird fucking uncle in the corner who's hanging out with all the kiddos, and while his kids are back home, mind you. But then the second that he's no longer there, all of a sudden he has a problem. Even then, he kind of like defended their behavior for a little while afterward. And then it wasn't until he realized that wasn't working in his favor, he then switched up and was like, oh, wait, no, they're the bad guys. And it's like, they've always been the bad guys.
Right.
They were never doing the right thing. I mean, like she just stated when she was up here, Bree's been doing what she's been doing since she was 17 years old. That's the life she knows. It's the only life she knows. And I'm not giving her an out. Y'all know my feelings on her. Go watch the videos. Like, I think she's also an awful person. However, Bree's never pretended to be anything but that. I think there was a brief period of time when W was born and when she was pregnant where I saw a glimpse of hope for her. But that quickly faded the moment that she no longer had him all the time.
I think that's the only thing that Bree has consistently been honest about. Stella is asking to come up and respond to you. Are you okay with that? Because I know you stayed quiet when you're up here. You're okay. Okay. I always like to be
I was just
respectful.
letting y'all finish y'all's conversation. I didn't want.
No, I just like to be respectful and always ask. You know, let's keep it cute. Keep it cute.
Yeah. So you don't follow me, so you only see what's on the T pages, but a lot of my fan base.
Just really quick though, it's not
Yeah.
the T pages. Y'all's lives pop up. Like today, for instance, y'all were all live on some guy's live, and then it's always when y'all are live. And like I was watching a couple of your lives, that popped up on my. I didn't actually hit the follow button. Is what I meant by follow you.
Yeah, so some of my not so viral lives that don't probably hit your For You page, but that my followers consistently see from me. So back when I did go to the MILF house, because of my actions, because of going there with my daughter, I got a lot of problems, like real life problems. And I was open on social media about it. And some like Star Crunch, like a TikToker, she got in contact.
Not Crunchwrap.
Not Crunchwrap Supreme. Oh God. Not her solving cases and shit.
She got in contact with Owen's mom.
Wait, hold on. She called Owen's mom.
They were talking, and Owen's mom is not like social media trained or nothing. So, like, it became this big thing where I had to go to therapy, parenting classes, like excessively. Like it was an excessive amount of parenting classes and therapy classes. They almost put me on medication.
Well, Stella, can I say something really fast before we move on? Right. Now, I don't ever believe that when something's on social media that we go private and go looking and digging into shit, whatever the case may be, right? That's wrong. I would have never done that, but I expect nothing less from Crunchwrap Supreme. But on the same token,
how did Crunchwrap get Owen's mom's information? Are you sure you're not talking about Kaylee?
Kaylee, that's the girl.
Okay, I was like, Crunchwrap does not have 2 brain cells that could even.
It was Kaylee.
That type of information, but go ahead.
But I do think, though, from what we've seen, we were all concerned. You know, we were all very concerned.
I got a lot of
the baby. And I just want to ask a question. When those comments were being made about your child, you didn't even flinch. Is there a reason why, or?
Yeah, because I was told to ignore every single negative comment, no matter
Yeah,
how bad what it was.
I
And then
couldn't do that when
it
it was
got to a
about.
point where like I couldn't take it anymore, and I actually did spaz out.
Yeah.
I did spaz out, and I think one or two T pages did clip it, where like I was like screaming at the chat, like at the thing, and I was like telling them that I was gonna send this to the FBI,
Yeah, it needed to be sent to the FBI because the
which
stuff
it
that was
did.
being
That
It
clip
said
did
was.
was
get sent to
disgusting.
the because Owen's family called the police, and the police got involved. It was this whole big thing that happened. So,
Yes, but what I'm trying to say though is I don't disagree on what happened and what you had going through the parenting classes and that type of stuff. I think that's good. Again, as we just talked about, I think therapy is great for everybody. I think parenting classes is something people should do because when we have kids and they don't get sent home with a manual, you know what I'm saying? We don't get a book on that, and so I'm not saying that that was bad
no,
that
but
that happened.
yeah, the reason why, so Shelby was like, "Oh, I don't know why you left the house and now you have a problem with all that." Because you had to like leave an environment to see like all the damage that I've done being in that environment just to be in that environment, you know? I caused a lot of damage to my family trying to be in that environment, trying to gain clout, trying to gain more money for myself. Like, I made poor decisions, and it caused me a lot of problems, like in my real life, like not the character, not the TikTok character, the real life person. It caused a lot of issues for me. So, like,
So what we see
uh,
online is fake, is what you're saying? Y'all are all just playing a role.
I don't know, I can't speak for everybody, but I did a lot of clout chasing and a lot of things like from the MILF house and prior to that, to the point where like I needed to go to Owen, my child's father, like, and his family essentially gave me like a long list of things that I needed to do.
I remember
And
you talked about this in the bathroom stall on the floor at that when you were on
yeah,
the.
I to the point I'm only comfortable sharing like a small fraction of that list because it was a lot of things that it's like I had to work on in order to keep my family. And my
Uh-huh.
family was way more important than me than like social media. So I had to do a lot. And
So can I just be honest with you?
yeah.
So I think where I struggle is I understand that in this realm that y'all live in, the influencer world, there is, the clout. You've got it. You play the game, right? There's clout chasing. There's, you'll sacrifice this or that. Where I struggle the most, and I don't have children. Everybody knows this, but I advocate the most for kids because that's genuinely all I care about in y'all situations. I no offense, but I don't really. I care about y'all as people because I'm an empath, but like I don't like because I think y'all are sacrificing your children to gain whatever it is, popularity, money, which you've admitted, and that's a first that I've really heard you admit that. So I appreciate that. However,
Well, that's no longer what
I
I'm.
struggle though
Mm,
with this whole argument of like they told us to ignore negative comments. I don't know a mother who genuinely loves their child who
Yeah.
could, and I'm not saying you don't, I'm saying this is just my take on it, who could ignore that, whether they told you to, whether they were paying you. There's no amount of money in this world that somebody could pay me, a hypothetical father, to ignore a comment sexualizing my child.
Yeah. I mean, I was physically sick listening to it. I was physically sick. We were watching a
I
lot.
became sick towards the end of that stream. I became sick where I was like what am I doing? To the
Right.
point where like I wasn't trying to like I thought that
Having
if I yelled at them, they would stop.
but
Or
having a man say that
yeah.
he liked the way that she was playing with
It
the
was
balls
all
and
of that was really and it's traumatizing for me as a mom too because it's like my priorities were not in the right place because in order for you to get your partnership, you have to complete 5 hours a day for a certain amount of days consecutively. So I had to keep the stream on so that I could even receive my partnership. So I was so like upset, and I felt like people were just literally trying to target me and trying to break me so that I would end the stream, so I would lose my partnership. All in all, when I learned in therapy and all that stuff, that no amount, that's why my family, my baby's father, and everybody else was questioning whether or not I was capable of taking care of my own child
Go
because
ahead,
I was
sis.
not in the right
Take
state
it,
of
sis.
mind.
I think you were gonna say what I'm hoping you were gonna say. Finish your sentence of what you're about to say. Is that you were? Do you remember what you're gonna say?
No, you kind of took my.
Oh, because what I at least what I was hoping you were gonna say is you were utilizing your child in a sense. You were baiting your child to get that class. It's like, I'm almost there. It's like, okay, they can do these things and say these things. Remember, I've been a social worker for 30 years, and 3 of those years I worked in community protection, which means all of my clients were either P3DOs or unalivers, right? All of them. So I know when I hear those things, when I hear those like the words and the things and stuff that they're saying, I know exactly where this is going, which is why I was so infuriated with it. So I just couldn't grasp the fact that you would stay there, but you're like, oh, but we're almost there to get the kick stream. We're almost there to get it. Just a little bit longer. We're almost there to get it.
I wish they would
The
have just
cost of
turned.
what?
Yeah, I didn't have any logins or nothing, so I couldn't delete any streams. I couldn't turn off TTS. I didn't have access to any of that. So the only option was to turn off the stream. And then once I turn off the stream, I would lose my deal because I had to do 5 hours consecutively. So I really felt like I was up against the wall. But there's no amount of anything that's worth anything because what
But
happened after was that was a lot of issues with like my child was almost taken from me, and that's not worth social media. None of that is worth. I don't even stream on Kick, even though I have now a platform where I can make money off of Kick, and I don't even feel motivated to be on Kick because of how much therapy I'm in and a lot of work that I'm doing, like inner work, where my priorities kind of have shifted. And a lot of people that I used to work with are having even a hard time working with me now because I keep trying to remind them, like, I'm not trying to be in the same algorithm or realm that I once was in.
Yeah.
I'm really trying to like stick to something that's more authentic.
are you still in therapy?
Yeah. And
So,
I still take parenting classes.
okay, so I mean, if
And I have a
I don't know that because the way you spoke about it in this conversation is past tense that you took therapy, what you learned in therapy. So I don't know if I believe you, but if you are, I think a topic that you should maybe suggest to your therapist or psychologist or psychiatrist, whoever you're speaking to, is why what you just said about it towards the end, it was problematic for you. Why it wasn't problematic for you the very first, well, one, just going there in general, but the very first thing that was done when you got there, said, done, whatever, why that wasn't enough, and really evaluate, like, look
well, I did
inside
talk
and
about
think,
that with her if you want me to share.
okay, no,
So
hey, listen, that's one thing I'll never push you on. Your therapy sessions or your therapy sessions.
well, I
That's,
can
if you would
share
like
with
to,
you
you can
something
disclose
that I
that. But
learned.
okay,
I'm comfortable because I'm also interested in what the chat thinks too because well, this is Angie's chat. My chat has helped me a lot because they're on the path for me to move forward and grow better in my authentic version rather than the character that I've created. So, but something like authentically that I've processed with my therapist on like why I did that was that I was so like I don't know the right word, but it's like you see a bunch of like luxury things like cars, the mansion, all of the glitz and the glam that was so like I think not obsessed with that, but like that took over my mind more than like the real authentic version of life, you know?
Right. Which is what I was saying is like I felt like you were able to utilize your child at any means necessary to get to that point. You were just trying to get to your hours. It didn't matter what was said about your child. Now, it could have been because you thought nothing could happen, which is completely not true. So I get what it is that you're saying, like you wanted the lifestyle, but you were willing to put your child out there to get it. And that is
Which is why my
totally
family
acceptable.
made me like go to therapy and classes to basically teach me why that's wrong.
So two
Because I
things
was
really
like,
quick. One is, so to get to that level, I feel like, and again, I'm not a parent, but I feel like, and a lot of people in the chat were saying, it was for clout. That's why she did it. She doesn't need therapy to tell her that. No, it's not just for clout. Somebody has to be a truly broken person to sacrifice their child's well-being for money, fame, for any of that. There has to
well,
be something deeper that happened that you've experienced in life that made your self-worth so low that you, as a 30 something year old grown
I'm
woman,
not 30, I'm
or what,
26.
sorry, what, I don't know how old y'all are, to be honest with y'all. I don't y'all of y'all's ages, I feel like, change daily. Not you specifically, but everybody changes their ages and use fake IDs, and I can't ever keep up. But as a grown woman, you're a grown woman, and to make a decision to do that, I feel like there's something deeper. But then also, just now what you just said, like, your family had to make you, it also, like, and again, Stella, I hope that you do. My end goal in all this has always, for any influencer that goes down this path, is never to just break you down and have you suffer for the rest of your life. I don't want that for y'all. I want y'all to truly get help. I want y'all to truly turn your life around, to be better parents, and to be successful. Although I think that right now, my opinion of y'all is 100% negative. I don't think that that's
I think the
an
first step is
absolute.
taking accountability. Like, that's the
I,
first thing, and not living in denial. Like, I had to take accountability for like every single poor decision that I made trying to chase fame and money. I had to like look in the mirror. There was a lot of work where we took a mirror out and I had to like say everything out loud. We watched a lot of clips together. Like, there's just a lot of things.
That's
Like,
what I guess that's where I'm struggling, is even right now you're saying it in the past tense. We watched a lot of clips. We
because
had
we're on
to
a
look at,
different
but I feel like that's stuff that you should still be doing. We have to remember
no,
your experience there wasn't that long
I'm on a
ago.
different chapter in my therapy right now.
Oh.
So like, I did a lot of that when I was like,
Well, how much? Because no, I'm just saying the time frame hasn't been long. I don't listen.
it's been a while since I've been in the Milf house. I'm in a different chapter right now where we're talking about like my childhood and stuff.
Okay.
So we're going through
Yeah.
a different segment in my life.
Yeah.
Well, I definitely do hope, Stella, that you start taking full accountability of everything, that has gone on and that you've done. And I hope that you continue with your therapy, because that is important. I hope that you and Owen go to even a couples therapy or a co-parenting therapy. I preach this to everybody. Me and my kids' dad have been separated for 30 years, and we co-parent like we're the best of friends, and now we co-grandparent. Okay, it is very important. So whether you guys are together, not together, whatever the case may be, that is important. But it's time that you, when you're ready, because I can't tell you it's time. I feel like it's time, but you have to be ready for it to be time to stop chasing all of the cloud and everything and be a mom, because you don't get this time back. And
Yeah, you're
you on
right.
live a lot, like you said, chasing the cloud and being on stream for hours and hours and hours, just chasing that, and then I see the baby crying for you, and I'm like, it just breaks my heart, because you don't get that time back. So
Yeah, like I wasn't on stream all day yesterday because I had a really long therapy session and I was so mentally exhausted from it. So I've like today I'm really trying to not, it's hard. It's hard because of the algorithm that I'm in and the people that I'm around. It's kind of hard. Like the panel today you saw with, I don't want to mention his name, but with, yeah, Star, you know him.
Bounce check.
I was trying to tell him that like I just didn't want him talking about my business online because I'm not trying to like,
Are you talking about your friend?
yeah.
That's
And
babe. Here's the thing. That's all he does, though. whether you're on the stream or not. I mean, I can send you a million clips of him talking about your business before, while you were there, while you were in hiding, while you were in the bathroom stall and floor, after, now. I mean, y'all all are like, and I'm really trying, I don't want to be mean, but like, y'all all do the same thing. Like, y'all all, you talking about Brie right now, to me, is so wild, because like,
I
that
talked about
shouldn't
her
be.
because she personally said something about me,
But that's what I'm
and
saying.
it got
Like, you
me
got to get to
upset.
a point where that stuff doesn't even matter. You're just focusing on you. Like, this internet thing, I feel like, has just taken over, and y'all have lost
And I'm
sight
also
of
like
like
really,
reality.
I'm also really upset that I'm upset that like I helped her with her son so much, and she made it seem like she would like when I went to the house, she said that I was gonna be staying in her room with my daughter, and that Itai would be staying somewhere else. So she made it seem like she's like, I got you with the baby, like you guys are gonna be safe, you're gonna be with me. Like she made it seem like that, and it was never like that.
But
So
you
you
So
can't.
you
But
took
you
that
can't.
from somebody who doesn't even have their own child.
Yeah, you can't hold on to that either, because again, that's not something that was
I
ever
think I'm
going to be
just
done.
so
She can't even
mad.
care
I
for
think
her own child.
I'm just so mad at her for those things, and
But
that's why I
since
talk shit.
Right, but how long are, like, sometimes it's just easiest to cut ties and let that go and move forward into a brighter pasture, you know what I'm saying? Because if you continue to hold on and talk to somebody,
Like
or
hold a
try to
grudge.
get your get back at somebody who doesn't give a crap about anybody, including their own child. You know what I'm saying? She's
Yeah.
not ever going to care about how it's affected you or anything. It's time that you cut that, just and move forward, and continue in your therapy, and continue to build the relationship with your child, and move forward. I would quit trying to get your get back, because you're never going to get it. It's never going to happen. I'm telling you right now, it's never going to happen with her. So,
Yeah, you're right.
Well, and
But I haven't
also,
gotten
just to
over
add
that.
on
Like
to that,
that's
I
really
just,
why I talk shit about her, just because I'm just so mad about that. Like I'm just mad about just like my experience. Like I thought my experience was just gonna be
right, but again, you're trying to get your get back on somebody who legitimately does not care. Like, she laughs at people talking crap about her all the time. She laughs at the fact she doesn't even have a relationship with the child. Like, if somebody that is not going to be concerned at the fact that their kid didn't even know who they were when they picked them up for a visit, nothing else is going to affect them. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing you're going to be able to do or say to her that's ever going to make me like, dang it, that's right. I should have, I should have done better. Of course, she wanted you guys there to help with Baby W in some aspects. She can't do it all on her own. So I just feel like you're just wasting your time trying to get your get back at her, because she's never gonna care.
well,
yeah. I just have to like focus. You're right. I just
and
gotta
also,
focus
just
on
really
talking
quickly, I think
shit.
that's why you are getting a lot of flack right now in the chat and just in general, is because it seems like that is, and again, I can't tell you what you do in your personal life. So whether or not you're in therapy, parenting classes, whether or not you take care of your kids, whether you're sober, I can't tell you any of that. What I can tell you though is on the internet, right? Because you guys all y'all like to claim that y'all are playing these roles and these characters, but like, that doesn't isn't how it comes across. It seems like this is genuinely who y'all are. It comes across like that's more important to you, is getting back at Bree and talking shit about Bree over fixing who you are and fixing your role as a mother. And that's why people are struggling, is because it's
No,
like,
I think
girl,
everyone who watches me knows how much work I put. I might have talked shit for like what 10 minutes about Brie, but that doesn't take away all the amount of hours and work that I'm putting in with my daughter.
it's been longer than 10 minutes, but
But we're
Hold
talking
on,
about
sorry.
me now.
Hold on. I have to respond to a comment before it flies by. So, BA, I don't know who you are, but I don't know what Brandy's question was, or no, Brandy's question. I saw Brandy's comment. It said something about that I would help Brave shield them. You said, well, that's great. And I know them personally, so she should be neutral. Then Bree will talk. That's not true. First of all, you spelled her name wrong. But by the way, that's not true, because when I did my videos way back, Bree and I have conversated, And Bree has said, under no certain terms, I know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't need no help from nobody. So I don't need to talk to nobody. I don't want no help, no assistance, blah, blah, blah. She talks crap about me all the time, makes videos about me all the time. She absolutely positively does not want any help from me at all. But I have tried. Brandy is 100% right. So
I also like how what's helped me is that like
it's not because I talk bad about her all the time. I'm going all the way back to when I made my very first video when they were going to court. It has nothing to do about that. Listen, you're just coming in here to. I'm not going to respond again. And I don't even talk about it all the time. But anyways, move along.
I talk about her all the time. I don't care.
Yeah, she's not somebody that I'm going to waste my time speaking about because, again, she doesn't want the help. I'm not going to waste my time speaking on people who don't want the help or the assistance. You know, other people do.
So, okay. Well, Stella, listen, I mean, I do have my opinions. Obviously, they're just opinions. Everybody has them on the internet. I mean, I am like, quote unquote, a T page, I guess. I don't like to call myself that. I'm more of like a commentary page who gives, you know, I feel like real feedback, unlike some of these other pages. But while I do have that negative opinion of you, I am rooting for you as a human, as a mother, and I do hope that things turn around for your child because, like I said, from jump when I started, you know, back in, I mean, I can't even tell you, back in October, November with Ashley and anybody, when I used to have a YouTube channel, like I've always advocated for children first because they're the most vulnerable and innocent in all these situations. They don't get to make the decision to go through this, to be put through this. They didn't ask for this. And so, you know, when I see influencers or people online who have this following, hurting their children. I mean, it is. And I'm not trying to say that to hurt your feelings, but I hope you understand the severity of what you did. And I do hope that you've learned a lesson. And I do hope that you, are taking those steps. I really don't. I hope you don't think I am just against you. Because I'm not. I don't want that for anybody. I never would, because if I did want that for y'all, then that would mean I was against your kids. Because if I wanted you to continue to live in this life and be a bad person and be not you're the most hated, but y'all be hated on the internet, that would mean I want a bad life for your children. And I don't want that. I genuinely do not want that. So I really do hope that what you're saying is true. For me, it's going to take a little bit more action and accountability on your end. Because like I said, it's often this smidgen of accountability followed with, but I was put in a bad situation. No, you placed yourself in a bad situation. No, I was told I couldn't turn off TTS. I was told I could. No, but you could have left. You could have gotten your things and left. Or you could have just never gone, because those people were those people before you even got there. You knew they were. They've never been good people. Santos has never been a good person since he's been on the internet.
I admitted to my whole chat room that I made poor decisions, trying to chase fame, trying to chase money. I'm no longer like trying to chase those things. Right now, I'm just trying to show my chat, because I have way more support now than I ever did chasing clout. And the only thing that I'm doing now is focusing on my child's father and my daughter. I thought that like views matter. Views don't pay me. Well, at least live views don't pay me. Mm-hmm. I receive way more support now, and my chat holds me like super accountable for like every single thing, and they've always held me accountable. Even now when I'm talking shit about somebody, no one likes that. I'm like blessed that people are hard on me, because people see the potential in me and they want me to do better, and they know that I'm receptive to that information. I'm not like dismissive, like living in my fantasy land about whatever and thinking that like, oh no, like what I did was okay. I'm not saying it was okay. I'm proud of where I'm at right now. I'm proud that I'm moving and taking steps into the right direction. I have so much to be grateful for. I'm in a relationship with my child's father. I have my daughter by my side. Like, I have money. I can travel the world with them. I have so much that I can lose too if I'm not making the right decisions. I can lose all of them if I'm like an unfit mother, you know? If I'm not focusing on being a good mom. And it's hard because when you're like in a habit for so long, you forget what's important. And I think I was in a bad habit.
Yeah, I think, yeah. My word of advice to you is, I mean, I know you're not going to listen because, like you've stated just now, even, but multitude of times throughout this live, this is, you know, how you make your money.
Not what I said. I'll listen to you, Shelby. I'm not trying to make my money through chasing clout.
Well, it's not about chasing clout, but like you pay your bills by being an online presence, right? You don't have an. I mean, I don't know. Do you work at? Do you have another job?
I need TikTok to pay my bills because I'm with a provider. So I don't sacrifice.
Okay, so then my piece of advice would be for you, you need to be off the internet for a period of time. This is not a healthy environment for you to truly be working on yourself, because no matter what, you're always going to revert back to chasing whatever, even in what you just said about your supporters. And I now learned that I don't get paid from live views. I'm getting more support than ever now that I like. It's always going to be there, and it's always going to come to the forefront of your situation online until you really deal with you offline.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Like not going live as much and stuff. I have a lot of supporters though that are like rooting for me, and it would be hard to like say goodbye to like the family that I've created. But
well, sometimes you have to say goodbye to the internet family that you created to hold on to the family that you literally created.
Well, I know some people, I see some people disagree with me. I'm not saying it has to be goodbye. I'm saying like see you later.
Yeah, take a break. Hold on really fast. BA, if you want to talk, then you can request a box and come up and talk. You're rambling on a bunch of bullshit nonsense in the comments. No one even knows. I don't even think you know what you're talking about. So if you want to talk, then come up. Don't come in, but definitely don't come in and say he doesn't have a bunch of essays, or he would be a comment. Do you know how the entire process works? He does have a bunch of alleged allegations that have taken place. It goes through a process. So do not ever come into my chat and dismiss anybody who has ever accused somebody of an essay and actually has verification and proof, because Santos does have many allegations against him. So you can come up and you can speak if you want to speak about it, but don't dismiss anything.
Shelby, I have a question. So do you,
Yeah, go ahead.
in like your opinion, like if I
Well, then go talk to your damn dad.
stopped going live and like pulled away or like kind of distanced myself from other creators and maybe just started creating content, like doing like wigs or something.
Your sound is like
Terrible, Stella. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know if like you sound like maybe
Very much so.
I'm not sure.
Can you hear me now?
There you go. Maybe you were covering your mic. Go ahead.
Okay, so I said, Shelby, do you think that like if I stopped going live with people and just like focused on like maybe like on the content side of like TikTok, like either doing like a niche like wigs or
Here you go.
something just different, do you think that would be better?
I mean, I think in general, just yeah, just well, I mean, I think spending. So okay, so like if it was me, the plan I would set into motion would be to completely get off for a little while. And I know that's maybe not something you're willing to do, but definitely limiting your time online, I think would be more beneficial. And yeah, like I don't think people. I think people are over hearing about your discrepancies with Bree. I mean, you've seen the 700, 600 people in the chat who have kind of voiced that. I mean, I know that's not a huge number on the grand scheme of things, but I mean, all at once, I think there's a lot of people who would echo that sentiment. But yeah, I mean, and there's somebody said in the chat, I'm not a licensed, therapist, psychiatrist, any of that. Like, I'm not a doctor. I'm telling you from an outsider's perspective that it seems to overpower and overtake your life. And from what I've heard you say, like just by being easily convinced to do things for clout, or
like
I wanted that kick deal, or or I wanted this or I wanted that. And so I think that for you, I think you've shown the ultimate that you're willing to sacrifice the ultimate prize, which is your child. And again, I am judging you for that. However, that doesn't mean I don't think that you can get better and do better. I just think that like you've shown like there's not really a limit as to what you'll sacrifice. And so I think it would be beneficial to like get off. And here's my other thing about this family slash support system that you're talking about on here. If they truly support you, then they'll support your decision and they'll understand why you need to do that, to be a better mom and a better you, so that when you do, or if you do decide to fully come back, whether it be as a streamer, as a content creator, or whatever. And I'm not saying you can't create any content. Like I don't pay your bills, so I'm not telling you what you can and can't do altogether. But
I don't really need social
I think
media.
I think that I think you could come back stronger. Again, I'm not saying that me or people in this chat are going to be, waving the, Go Stella flag when you come back, but like your people would, I think, and I think you would grow exponentially as a human, as a mom, and as a creator in whatever aspect you wanted to. But I just think you need a break. Like, I think you all do though. Like I mean, look at me, right? Like I'm not big, I'm not anybody, but when I'm starting to feel off, and my Discord is in here right now. I've seen all of them, scrolling through. They know I disappear. I have disappeared even just this last week, gone for 6 days. Ain't said a word, ain't nothing, ain't been on a live stream, ain't posted a video, because I know when things are starting to become too much for me, what that can lead to for me, because I know my downfalls and my weaknesses. And this app has completely destroyed me at times. So I just think it's about learning what is best for you. And I think right now, this is not it.
Well, everything has gotten better. I guess talking to people about the whole Milf House experience before, but I do agree with like getting off of social media. But I want to know, like, when I get back, like I've been trying to rebrand for a while. I've been really trying. It's kind of hard. It's so freaking hard.
I think you're gonna have to figure that out on what it is that you want to do. I mean, I would probably, again, I'm like Shelby. When I need time, I just take time. I don't open the app. I'll be off for a while, because it can get very, very draining. It's very it's just can be a lot at times. So I think for you, I would just take a break. Stop going back and forth with the people that you've been seeing, or that you've been talking to, and try to do whatever, if it's like you said, your wigs or I would leave your child completely off of social media. I would not have her on there absolutely at all.
Can I?
Yeah, and then I want to move on, because I want to eventually
One
get to
more thing, and then I'll drop. Just
No,
one
no,
more
you're
thing,
good.
though.
No, you're good, Shelby.
One more thing, and I don't know. And I know that I can't expect this change overnight, but even just what you said is where I think the work is needing to be done. Right? I've been trying to figure out how to rebrand. I think your mindset is off. It's not about rebranding, Stella. It wasn't about a brand. It was about a poor decision you made as a mother and as a human. And also, you shouldn't even be thinking about rebranding right now. That will come down the road, whether it comes naturally or whether it's a conscious decision. But like, I don't even know why you're thinking about the rebrand when you still have so much work to do as a mom and as a person. And I'm not saying you're the worst mom in the world. I'm saying that you've openly admitted.
Maybe that is the rebrand, though. Working on myself.
Why does nobody like Shelby? I'm screaming. Everybody hates me.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I just think maybe even getting out of that mindset of thinking of it as a brand, anything. Like, you're so caught, and I'm not just you, influencers in general. They get so caught up in this, like, I'm a brand.
Okay, well, I don't mean to use rebrand like, because regardless if I get offline, right? If I ever do decide to come back online, I'm gonna have to go through all of this all over again. Then if I'm open and authentic and I show everyone what I'm currently going through, do you get what I mean? Because regardless, like, if people don't know that I'm working on myself, if people don't know that what I'm thinking, or like what I'm trying to figure out, or where I'm trying to head to in my life, if I get offline and then I come back online, I'm gonna have to go through it all over again.
So maybe that's the content you post for now is updates of like, you know, maybe a week from now it's like, hey guys, you know, this is something I've been working through therapy and I want to share that with y'all, or don't want to share it, but I don't know. I think you're missing it right now, but I think that maybe you're receptive to it. So I'm gonna let Angie do her live.
Okay.
And
I just want to ask Stella. Okay, Stella, I want to ask you one last question. You said multiple times though that you don't need social media for money, right?
Yeah.
Let me make up. So why is it even? Why are we conversating about what you would do and what you would come back? Why not just utilize? You don't need it for money. So just come on and when you're ready, when you're in a good spot, just come on and use it to scroll. Why come on and have to do anything? Why have to come on and rebrand or go through anything? Just don't do it for money. Just do it for fun. You know, don't just take yourself out of that equation. I'm telling you, it's going to make your life so much better. Because
yeah, you're right, Angie.
You're giving y'all giving me gray hair tonight. I'm like, man, I'm not even part of it.
You look stunning.
Thanks, love. I had to do something with myself. It's been a rough few days, I tell you, honey. I've been going through it.
But Stella, I will lastly just say I'm very glad that you were open to having this conversation, whether or not it sticks or not. I do appreciate that because the others have not been as receptive to my critiques or my advice or whatever. So
well, we can talk offline more because like there's just maybe I'll feel more comfortable.
I got you. Okay. Yeah, and I mean, we could set something up for sure. Okay. Well.
All right. Bye, guys.
All right. Bye, Stella. So just really fast, I love that, Shelby, too, that she was willing to speak to you guys. Not everyone always agrees with the way that I do things. But again, if somebody is willing to listen to somebody who has a completely different opinion of them or see things differently, whatever the case may be, but they're willing to have those conversations, then I love the fact that we're able to do that here and you're willing to open your door. So hats off to you, Shelby. Thank you for doing that and be willing to talk with her because you are, I love this about you. You are blunt. You are to the point. You say exactly how it is, how you feel. And I think that she needs that. So I love that. Thank you.
Thank you. Gosh, I never got that. I never get compliments. So I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I get them from my moderators all the time. No, thank you for having me up. I like I said, my opinion's not changed. And if y'all know me well enough, y'all know that my opinion is never easily changed. I'm pretty set in my opinions of people until shown differently. Because I think as someone who's been critiqued and pulled apart on this app, I know that you have to show real change in order for people to change their opinion of you. And
yeah, absolutely.
And I just think that's fair. So don't anybody think that like I'm switching up. I mean, I feel like I'm really quick and I'll drop Angie. I'm so sorry, but I hope everybody understands my message from the very beginning of starting my pages has always been that I want these people to get better. Like I don't. Oh, thank you so much, Mandy. I am an empath, and if you watch me on live stream or videos, I am a very emotional person, and I do feel people's hurt and pain, and I know that a lot of these individuals are going through something deeper than what any of us can maybe either understand or just know about because we don't know that side of them because they don't share that side of them or whatever. But you know, they are influencers with a bunch of followers, but they are also people, right? And they are going through things, and we haven't all made the best decisions in life. I don't know that I would maybe make that decision, but I've made some pretty messed up decisions in life, and I've hurt some people along the way who were very close to me, and I'm not proud of that, but it is part of my journey. So I do want them to get better. I want them, but for me, it has to be genuine. And until then, I'm still talk my shit and post my content. Like that's just what it's going to be. Period.
And that's what we love about you, right? We love I think everybody that supports any of us. I can't believe Kay is her counts down till tomorrow too. So
That's
we'll
because
have
me and
to,
Kay don't know how to keep our mouths shut. Hi, Chiquita. But
I've
Angie,
had
I
a
do need to
word.
speak with you. So I sent you my number a while back,
Who, me?
but yeah,
You did?
yeah, but I know it was when you were going through retirement stuff and
Yeah.
busy, which, by the way, congratulations.
Thank
That
you.
is an
Hasn't really felt
awesome
like a retirement, I tell you.
achievement. But yeah, I wanted to, I'll just say it here. I wanted to pitch an idea of doing a weekly segment together.
Ooh, that would be fun. Yeah, I'm down.
So I'll send you my number again. I kind of been on my backup mostly, not on my main account. So I'll
Okay.
message you from there, and then we can get in to contact.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun because I definitely, and you guys will see it in me. I think some of you guys who follow me for a long time can see that other side of me. I've just been trained so much how to, keep my comments, but when I see a comment stuff, I get a little spicy. But I think it's also, I love the fact of, yes, with K2 for sure, the three of
Oh,
us.
so I was gonna wait to announce that, but Kay and I have a segment coming out on Wednesdays and Sundays.
Fun.
Um,
Okay, love it.
yes, we've also talked about doing something with you. Like I said, I was waiting to talk to you offline, but
Yeah, someone had just put it in there. So no, I'm
yeah, no,
definitely.
yeah,
I know. A Law Talk was, we're kind of talking about doing
yeah,
something too, and doing
it would be good with
a
you because y'all are
podcast. So
similar. I feel like.
yeah,
Mm.
upload
All
it.
right, my dear.
Shelby, do you have a white tea as well?
I do. Everything's linked to my bio. The link tree in my bio has all my socials. So yeah, I do have a YouTube. I have
I have one too.
favorited.
Stuff over there.
That's just where you make your coin, girl. And you can say whatever you want to say, and there's no censorship.
I know. That's where I have
Yeah.
to be really careful, especially now with the new rules over here.
Yeah. Oh
It's-
yeah. So that's why you don't see me on here as much. Is because
Yeah.
the one I'm bananaed on my backup, and this account is on its final account ban warning. So
I'm just waiting.
I know my page is private, Coco. I took down every video. Well, I privated every video and put it on private because I was being attacked. Not attacked bad, like just my stuff was being reported, mass reported. So just waiting for some strikes to fall off before I upload anything here. But my backup is linked in my bio too. It's just there in the bio, not in the link tree. But thank you for having me up. And
Of course, anytime, love. You're always welcome. Open door and red carpet for you, Shelps.
okay, well then send a uni. Thank you. God bless. Love y'all. But I'll talk to you soon. Okay, I'll send you a message.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay,
Bye.
bye y'all.
Okay, guys. Yeah, comments today. Holy cow. We try to keep it cute over here. Shout out to absolutely everybody. Again, whenever you have different people come up, you're always gonna get a different crowd. You're gonna get different viewership, whatever. They're going to clip it in different ways and yada yada yada. There's a lot of stuff too that I absolutely have no idea. Again, Stella's not somebody that I follow, but I will always be somebody that if somebody is willing to listen and willing to take advice, I'm always willing to. I'll always give it. That's that's what I've done for 30 years. So, people from everywhere, yeah, they're gonna, and I'm a type of person, you either love me or you hate me. I kind of feel like there's kind of like no in between. And I saw the comments were going so fast, so it was really hard to keep up. But I was trying to, if I saw anything, too spicy, I was trying to call, reel it in. But Shelby and Stella were also having a good conversation, and I didn't want to interrupt that as well, because I felt, again, if someone's going to listen to somebody, then I want them to do that. Sitting here throwing shade in comments. Yeah, sometimes, again, Coffee, I say it all the time. Keyboard, but people get so brave all of a sudden they just got a fucking coat of armor on them when they gotta, they have a no name up, a user, all the numbers and no picture or an icon as a picture, and they're so brave behind their keyboard. That's just not going to be me. I'm going to say it how it is, and I'm going to say it from my face to you, whether it's here in person, whatever the case may be, through a screen. But if I see you in person, I'd say it to you as well. But again, my hope is always that somebody, if somebody truly wants help, they're able to get it. Yeah. Do you need me? Oh, I thought someone's knocking at the door. I probably will have to. Angie knows who I support, and she knows I support. Yes, Harmony, you do. Keyboard warriors. Yeah, I tell you, we would not have that back in the day. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Again, rep Gen X for life. We do not do keyboard warrior stuff. So anyways, let me just let's do a quick wrap up. When do you guys want to do the game? I know, baby, I'm a gangster too. I've been missing you. You need to message me and tell me what your not your fan page, what your other page is, because I never know when you're in here. I need to know when to be on my best behavior if I see you in here. So I got the game of it's like the mystery crime game. Oh, have you? Well, again, they were going fast. The mystery crime game solver. Okay, I will copy. And so I want to do it when I go back home. I think I'm going to be able to go back home tomorrow evening. So we could do it tomorrow night or Saturday. But Saturday, my daughters are taking me to this little spa thingy. Oh, I cannot wait. I need it. And so I could do it after that on Saturday. Oh, I say or one day next week. Thank you so much, love. Hi, that one. No, not Clue. It's first of all, is it Ayana? I absolutely love how you spell your name. My granddaughter's name is Ava. It's spelled a little bit like that. That's beautiful, which means you're beautiful, love. So it's this is where you literally told me to come up and then you mute. I haven't muted you. I muted you. Come up. If you want to come up, because I didn't mute you. I did not mute you. Somebody probably muted you because you kept blapping, but did you request to come up? I love it. I love it. I don't see a request. Oh, a mod did. Yeah, I have mods that do it. I wasn't doing anything. Anywho, so if you guys want to let me know what day you guys want to do it, and we'll do it. Anyways, the game is like you get like the first page is wait, hold on. Little G. Honey, I am so sorry. Little G, I'm so sorry. Hey, Jasmine. I'm going to keep you in my thoughts and prayers for sure. If everybody could please keep Little G in your thoughts and prayers. Yeah. Oh, I forgot it's Memorial Day weekend. Yeah, so let's do it next week. We'll plan on doing it next week. Little G, I'm so sorry. I legitimately can't even fathom. Man, that's the first time Jasmine has ever even popped out with a... My daughter-in-law finally speaks. Yeah, it's basically like a puzzle that you solve in a sense, but it's a case. So you get like a case file. It tells you basically like opening statements in a sense, and then it gives you evidence files, and you go through all the evidence files and the interrogations, and it gives you the suspects, and you solve whatever the crime is. So we will do it next week. I totally forgot about that. Well, I still don't see no invite, so since he or she still didn't want to come up and chat, we will mosey along. Yes, I saw it on TikTok Shop, so I ordered it. I thought it'd be fun to play if we like, especially since we're kind of moving more into the. Looks like I got scratches right there. What the heck? Anyways, nothing exciting, trust me. Plus I thought since we're kind of moving towards the true crime sector, right? I just thought it'd be something fun, and then if we like it, then I can order. Telling you. You know what's so funny, Coffee? I just got an alert on my cat cam that just popped up. That's why I started laughing when we were finishing up. That said that my cat had jumped from my bed to my dresser because it's my desk actually. But anyways, I have a cat cam so he can call me and I can talk to him. And I have not called him yet today. But he's actually been bonding with my roommate. I am so ecstatic. He has let nobody else touch him for me all these years. And she's been going into my room and feeding him, and he's been going up to her and letting her pet it. So I'm so excited to know that he's still going to have someone to go in and love on with. So I'm excited about that. Yeah, but the cat's waiting for his call as well. I know. So I only have 1 week to finish getting everything done and moved out. There's a lot going on in my life, but I'm going to do my darndest. So I know I am so excited. He's such a good cat. I love him so much. And I'm so happy that he is able to bond with somebody else. I said you betrayed her by going back and forth to Vale and Veronica. I don't know who Vale and Veronica is. Hopefully, T page. I'm gonna check my post. I don't know what y'all want to talk about. Anywho, okay. No, it's like 12 minutes, but I'm moving from. Do you guys hear how quiet it is? You guys, typically during my lives, you guys are hearing sirens. It's so funny. On my cat cam, it also has like sounds, so he can meow to call me. He can jump to the camera, which typically he doesn't. Typically he'll just meow, right? Last night I got so many alerts from the dumb thing because I turned on the sound notification because I was gone, and the sirens kept going off. It is so silent here. I'm out in the country. Not really, but it's just I'm out in the sticks. Well, I probably won't be able to do that because someone else will be in that room, and I'm pretty sure they won't want me to do that. But I'll ask her if I can put it elsewhere in the house. The only thing is, again, he's a feral cat, and they have dogs, and so I don't know that how much he'll be going in because they have dogs. Like he goes in my room and he only stays in my room. So, but we'll see. I'll still get to see him, but the vet did tell me to give him at least a month without going to see him, which will be hard, but. There's someone in a fake page and they talk just like Bray. There has been a whole bunch of weird individuals in here tonight, and then Boo-hoo went about, well, you told me to come up and then you made me. Well, I didn't meet no one. Well, then come up. It still didn't come up. No, I can't take Hope with me. It was a tough decision, but Hope's almost 11, and he was born at that house, the neighbor's house next door underneath the house, and he's a feral cat. And when I spoke with the vet, they said that he's not. I tried to make him an indoor cat. I had a few months to make him an indoor cat. He would panic every time I would close his cat window, and thank goodness. So yeah, he's just not an indoor cat, and the vet said that he would not survive out here. My dog has a daughter. My daughter has a dog. One of her two dogs is a hunting dog. Any animal that comes in the yard. And two, they said his vet said the minute he gets out, he's going to try to go back home, and I'm on the other side of the water, so it just won't work. It will not work, but he will still have a home. He will still be fed all of the same food. He will still have all of his same stuff. I will leave him something there, and I'll still get to go back and see him. But the vet did say to give him about a month or so. So he will stay right where he has lived for 11 years. Yes. Okay. Well, tonight was a lot. Let's decompress. Let's move along. And I'm going to wrap it up and go check on Grandma and go hop in the shower and kind of unwind for the night. So, honey, if you ask him, even though he doesn't have his, his walnuts anymore, if you will, oh, he still thinks he is top shit out there. Yeah, the cats start fighting, he's out there like trying to control stuff. He is like the OG. I've done that. I even had one before he started coming inside. I bought him a house for my other place, and like a little catio thing. He won't go in it. Fans, you got to get to work. Fans on. Fans won't go in it. Fans, you got to get to work. Fans on fire, man. All right, love. I love you all so much. Have a great night. Thank you for coming live with me. I really needed this. It's been a tough few days. So again, I thank you guys all so much. You guys are always so supportive and loving to me. And I would really be lost without you guys. So thank you for everything you guys do. Love you. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.